Hello, this is Bill Sefzek with Stan Mitchell Enterprises. Continuing on with some of the peripheral things that may come into your day, I'd like to talk a little bit about what I call a deficient policy. You may hear around the office and, of course, on the floor some conversation about, well, they don't pay that. That's not part of the market area. That's not something that they'll accept an aftermarket part or a particular repair method. And what I want you to understand about that from a quality-minded collision repair technician's point of view, that really is no concern of yours. I think you can have conversation, you can talk about it, but please don't allow it to affect the way you apply your skills. You still are required to work at 110%, at least 100% of your capabilities without dollars being an issue. So what you need to do is work as a high quality collision repair technician with confidence in what you do, in your skills, to make sure you get paid enough that you're satisfied at the end of the day that I gave 100% or more of me and I was compensated adequately. That's all you need to be concerned about. Anything about how the reimbursement is handled has nothing to do with you. So if I could just explain this to you, hopefully simply, is if you have an insurance policy, which most all of you do, I would ask you, do you understand how your collision or your comprehensive coverage is managed once you have a loss? Was it ever explained to you? Have you ever read your policy? Well, I have a policy that while it gives me overall coverage, I won't call it full coverage if I'm looking for total reinstatement of what I had prior to the loss. If I look at that, I'm probably deficient in some way in that policy coverage that I, as a consumer, may have to contribute to if I demand a higher standard of repair than what's applied by my policy. So once again, read it. See what's given in the policy and see what's compromised in the wording beyond what's given in the policy. Now today we're having items that are being added as riders on policies. So you have a rider, and one of your riders could be rental. So you have a collision and a comprehensive coverage and a liability coverage in your insurance policy, and then you add rental and you choose to do that or not. If you don't, you usually wind up with a problem at the end of the day if you have to contract your vehicle in for repair. So most policies, as you know, are sold on cost. They aren't really sold on the repair items or methods or process that is understood to be taken if you were to incur an accident. So as you see all the commercials on TV, everyone's fighting costs. I can provide cheaper coverage. I can do this if you're paying too much, et cetera, et cetera. But mostly the conversation is over cost. It's not about repair quality or benefits or assurance that it's put back to the state that it was prior to the loss, or by a collision repairs standard, maybe under a original equipment manufacturer or an automotive manufacturer's required repair methods. So today you see a lot of repair facilities that are OEM certified. What that means is that Chrysler or Ford or GM or Mercedes or Jaguar or Land Rover or Subaru comes in and they certify that the shop is capable and able to repair their vehicles. Not all shops are capable or able. And what the OEMs are saying is basically that we don't believe that the entire collision repair industry can repair our cars. We need to assure that those that can will, and those that can't don't. So they're taking some responsibility. They're just not banking on the fact that because they're an insurance company's DRP possibly, or represented by an insurance company or a dealership or anything, that's possibly the best place to take that car. So what you have is you have deficient policies that are being sold out there. And what that winds up being when it comes to your shop is you have this collision repair, you're writing the repair plan, and you have to consider some type of compromise in either a repair, a method of repair, a quality of repair, or a cost of a repair method. Not comfortable in way too many instances. But what I want you to understand is that's the policy that's sold. That's what it's understood to be. It's the base policy that most people buy. The larger percentage, you could probably be in the high 90%, buy policies based on price, not on coverage. So if you understand your policy, as I referred to earlier, take a look at your policy and ask your agent, hey, if this were to happen, would I get, or how would this be managed? Would I have to contribute to some of the payment and the cost that the body shop may incur to repair my car back to OE if they are a certified facility repair method requirements? Is that something that can take place? If not, you may have the wrong insurance company, or ask them if they have a rider to cover the additional costs of the additional items that may have been compromised in that low cost coverage. So make sure that you do that. Recommend that to your friends and neighbors. Recommend that they take a look at their policy before they have a collision and understand that once they do, they may be, as the consumer, responsible for some of the payment. It should not come upon the repair facility to eat that, or for the part manufacturers to absorb it in giving you a discount. Everyone should be able to make a profit on a repair. So what you need to do is understand that, help your repair organization, help the folks that come in there understand what they're getting into before they contract their car. And that is the possibility, based on experience, that there may be pushback on a particular item, method, or process or procedure in a repair, and have them take care of that. Have the conversation with their insurance company prior to contracting a repair, so that at the end of the day, when they're ready to pick up the car, you're not, or no one is having an issue over a few $100s possibly that someone has to take care of and no one takes care of. That once again cuts into the tooling, the equipment, the training, and the pay that comes to you. Help everybody win on this. Help the insured, because they really don't and aren't aware of what they get into when they buy an insurance policy. That it is, in the most part, from our standard everyday insurance companies, somewhat deficient. So that's it. There's a lot more to that. Contact me at bill@stanmitchell.com and ask me a question, and we can have a conversation on it. Thank you. And until next time, this is Bill Sefcik. Bye-bye.